Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Mars Horizon. Today we're on episode 2 and today I'm going to try to get a few more milestones done. I'll not be doing it alone today because I have Quinn on my lap as I'm recording. Quinn's my currently almost 3-month-old baby. He is more or less asleep, but since my wife is out for the day, if you hear him every now and then, you know that is Quinn in the background. Now, what were we doing? We were researching the new Able class. I gotta figure out what it is. It's an upper stage. And we already have the Jupiter class booster. So between the two of these, we'll be able to launch more payloads into space. As for missions, the next phase of the operation is going to be to launch an artificial satellite. It's going to give me a good science reward, and it'll allow me a decent bit of support. And support then translates into getting more cash every month. The thing is, I'm not the only one going for that particular objective. The artificial satellite is already in progress by Japan. They have it researched and they will launch it in 7 months. The European Space Agency in 8 months, the Chinese in 10, and the Russians are researching it. Now, in my situation, I want to make sure that I first have the required parts, which is the Able rocket, and considering my substantial amount of research income, it should be pretty possible to get this thing done within the next, well, let's say quarter of a month, so that I can immediately then proceed to the next bit of research and make sure that I have the research required to actually launch the satellite. We can also just skip that part, at least initially, and go for moon landings, or, well, that's Era 2. Era 1 is lunar orbit. Achieving lunar orbit is a challenging endeavor for any space agency, requiring a payload capable of not only reaching the moon, but also the careful course correction to maintain orbit around it. For that, I'll need the research of lunar orbit, I'll need the Pioneer payload, and I need quite a few more mission parts. But I'm already researching, or I have researched the Jupiter, and I am researching the upper stage for Able. So maybe I can just immediately get this one, that one, and then race to get the Pioneer. So just invest a lot in that part. As for the base, there's not really that much that needs to happen. I don't really have any kind of building that I want to place down. A rocket test pad is nice, but it does mean that you're gonna get tempted to get more and more launch reliability trainings, which will... well, they'll help with the reliability of your rockets, but at the same time, they're going to make sure that you just take too long to launch your rockets. Alright, right now, not too much to do, so let's go to the next month. Able research complete. Good. Next research, the artificial satellite. This is going to take 400 over 2 months, and I have just about that. Oh, sorry, it's going to take me 300 to get the research for the satellite mission. And then the payload's another 300. Hopefully doable. Funding research, funding review. Budget review. We have gained 110 support, and that means that my current tier of support is now 79,000 per month. Thank you very much. The research is complete. Let's get up to the next part. The Explorer payload. Research is dropping off because I don't have as much of my remaining income anymore. Because the mission that I completed, that bonus has paid off. That bonus is done. I'm just a little bit short. There we go. Explore research complete. Good. Now I can also join in this one. I can plan the mission. I am still in the in the planning phase. These guys are launching in 3 months. I cannot catch them, but I might still become second. So, let's get the artificial satellite built. The artificial satellite is the first actual payload that I'm going to be sending up there. And this allows you to pick various different specifications. You got the standard one, you got the comms one, which is less reliable, but starts with improved communications modules. And once we actually have the mission up, I'll show you what that means. We have the prototype. Less reliability, but also reduced cost of only 48,000 versus 97,000, so that's half. And we have increased power, which has the same reliability rating, but starts with more power, but is more expensive. At this point, I'm thinking that cash is not going to be that much of an issue here. So let's select this as the payload and then build it. And that's going to take 2 months. Very good. Carry on. Research. Let's continue on with the lunar orbit so that I can then get the Pioneer and hopefully get a bit of a bonus from the research that I get from doing the artificial satellite. Next month. The Explorer is almost complete. There we go. That's the payload complete. The artificial satellite. Key performance improvements were made during payload assembly, yet our engineers predict reduced compatibility with the launch vehicle. Great. This is problematic. This means I'm going to have to really get a design for a vehicle that's very reliable. The payload is more reliable, but now I need to make sure that it actually gets up there without exploring, or well, without exploring, without exploding. And seeing as I don't really have that much research done, I can go for the Able, which usually has a pretty good reliability. And then the booster phase is going to be the Jupiter, giving me a total reliability of 65%. It's not stellar, but it might just be enough. Building this thing is going to take 6 months, which means that my chances of getting any kind of leap ahead of the other agencies is negligible. Still, I want to get this mission done. Confirm. Build the vehicle. 6 months. Alright, next month. The Soviet Union is launching their sat in 6 months. The Japanese are doing it next month. And so is ESA. Okay, well that's interesting. I don't really think that I'm going to be able to catch those guys. There is still a chance that they'll fail and that their launch will explode. I'm kind of hoping for their demise. We have an artificial satellite crisis. Several newspapers have declared a crisis after Japan launched the world's first artificial satellite. Despite Japan releasing full specifications of the satellite's scientific instruments, some articles claim that the launch poses a serious security threat, causing anxiety in the public. Your advisors suggest praising the scientific achievement that will help dampen the public fears and improve your reputation with Japan. Alternatively, your agency could gain support for its space program by capitalizing on the anxiety. I'm going to say well done to Japan, because I would like to get a decent relationship with those, so that eventually I might be able to do joint missions. So well done to Japan. This unfortunately means that I will not be able to get that mission done in time. But what I did get is the lunar orbit. If I can now get a few months' time to get the Pioneer done, and scrap the mission for the first satellite, since that's not really a priority anymore, I might be able to race to the moon. Because none of the other agencies are are even working on this, because they all invested their research into trying to get this thing done. I'm going to scrap this vehicle, and that means that I now have or at least, no, not yet. I'm going to scrap the payload too. I will get a small refund, not the entirety of it, but enough. I want to scrap the whole project. Abort mission. Yes. If I want to do an atmospheric sampling, that's going to give me 250. It's going to take 1 month, and it's going to give me some support. This is just a sounding rocket, and that's something I can launch pretty quickly. And my plan is to get this thing up there quickly, get the research, and then jump ahead and get to the moon. Build vehicle. 2 months to build, and I'll need that time to research Pioneer anyway. Next month. There's the first satellite. It looks like ESA is also just launching. You can sort of see their logo up there. Okay, so the sounding rocket for the atmospheric sampling test is now complete. We can launch this thing. We have even more launch reliability because the engineers managed to optimize the vehicle's attitude control. Very good. Well done, guys. Training. A bit more science. Up to a maximum bonus of 25%. Yes. Continue. And then set a launch date. Preferably not too far ahead. But January, I think, is ideal. It's not too far away, but it does give me a 20% bonus to research. And it's the most optimal launch window. This is suboptimal. This is not even possible. So let's go for January. Confirm mission setup. Go to solar system. Pioneer, still in progress. Next month. Let's see, are they working on it? Yes. They are done with the required research, but they're not planning the mission yet. I am, in a way. But these guys got a bonus for getting that first satellite up. And that means that their research is outspeeding mine. So I'm hoping to get that bonus from the atmospheric sampling test. There's the budget review. Not much has changed, because I didn't do much in the last 12 months, except for a bit of research. Alright, here's the atmospheric sampling launch. Let's hope this goes well. Launch the mission. If this goes well, I get 300 research, which will be very, very welcome. Oh, it's raining. That's not very good. That's going to cut into my reliability for the rocket. The launch of the Valorous. What's my reliability? Bad conditions. Oof, 55%. Fine, we'll just have to chance it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Well, it didn't explode on the launch pad. Didn't explode yet. Not yet, not yet, not yet. What did we get? It went up and it didn't go too well. But this is not too bad. At least the mission got completed. And that means that I'll take a cut to my science reward, but I'll still be able to get to the moon research completed. That's important. There, 237 for 1 month and a bunch of support. Okay, that means that the Pioneer is now almost complete. Now, I could go for another quick milestone, like the artificial satellite, but again, that's going to take me too long. I need to get to the moon. These guys are already going? Jesus, they're fast. This is something that I have found with Mars Horizon. The problem is, once you start getting ahead, you keep ahead. It is very difficult to try and catch, well, pretty much anybody, once they have a solid lead. Because it's a self-reinforcing program. What happens is that they get their first artificial satellite, which gives them more research and more support. And what happens then is that that research and support goes a long way into getting their next milestone. And by doing that, they gain the next and the next and the next. So it's a snowball effect. They keep getting farther and farther and farther ahead. So this is why I decided to skip the artificial satellite and go straight for the moon, hoping that I'm not going to be there first, but at least second or third. So let's plan the mission. I'm going to have to get a payload up there. And standard reliability is 75%. That's really good. Alternatively, reduced build cost on a prototype. But cost is not that much of an issue, as I have 1 million. Observation, better observation modules. No, I'm going to go for launch reliability, or payload reliability. It's going to take me 3 months? 2 months. Not terrible. Okay, 2 months. New research. If I want to get satellite imaging done, I'll first have to get the artificial satellite done. I'm going to try and get a bit more of my base built out so that I can get another mission going. And I'm going to do that by researching mission control, an expansion of it. Unlocks 1 additional mission slot. Next month. Okay, the Pioneer module has been built. That's the payload. What did we get? Vastly improved payload scientific instruments. Nice, that's a really good reward. Reliability, 10% hit, but it's still 65%. I can still make that work. Okay, then the launch vehicle. It's going to be pretty much the only parts I have available. The Able and the Jupiter. 6-month build time, 250,000 to build. Confirm. I hope that I'm not too far behind. It's going to take me 6 months, and then I'm going to take a bit more time to launch. These guys are going to launch in 6 months, so they have probably already set their launch date as well. I'm going to be building it in 6 months, and then on top of that, it's going to take me 2 or 3 months to actually get the mission launched. At least I might be able to outcut the Soviet Union and China. That's hopefully possible. Mission control research complete. Okay, let's go to the base and build a mission control pad. This is going to unlock 1 additional mission slot. Any bonuses here? 1% launch reliability. 1% launch reliability and 2% payload build cost. Yes, Quinn, I know. The payload build cost is important, right? He only cares about his pacifier. He doesn't care about payload build cost too much. This is, I think, the best position here because it attaches to 2 different buildings. It's a bit expensive for 475k. But whatever, we have the money. Let's go for it. It's going to take me 4 months to build. Now, let's get the research up. And I will have to get another upper stage researched before I can get to the next tier. So let's go for something a bit cheaper. Ooh, launch reliability 40% with only 1% increase per level. That is pretty terrible. I'll take the other one. Launch reliability 65%. And it's still 30,000 cheaper than using the Able stage. So let's get the Jupiter researched. Jupiter complete. Very good. Next. This is probably the least reliable. This is a half and half. And this is the most reliable at not even that much more price. This is the most expensive, the Redstone. Reliability goes up 4%, which gives me a total of 80% launch reliability if I max it out at level 5. But they're expensive to use. Payload 1800, payload 1800. Build time is only 2 months though for a Redstone versus 4 months for a Delta. Now, if I'm going to try and race other agencies, I'll probably need as little build time as possible. So I'm going to go for the Redstone, despite the reduced launch reliability. Next month. Mission control is complete. Excellent. This means that while I'm still working on my mission, on my lunar orbit mission, I can at the same time execute another mission. Oh, this is nice. Launch reliability and no debuff. Okay. Launch prep. Set training. Yes, I'll take a bit more research. Launch date. Optimal launch date in November. That's good. These guys are going to launch in 1 month. These guys have launched, but they're not there yet. Yeah, we're going to go to November. It's not going to get me a lot of science reward. I mean, if I would postpone it to December, I'd get a 10% bonus, but I want to get there soon. I want to get the bonus that I get from being one of the first. Okay. Next phase of the operation. Find out another mission to do. We have a launch test for a guidance systems test. It's going to give me a bit of research and a bit of support. Support needs to go to 400 if I want to increase my funding. Alternatively, I can at the same time try the artificial saddle launch. I might as well do this, because it's going to be required if I want to do the other ones. So, fine. We'll get this thing done, select the payload, build the payload, go to solar system, next month. Next month. Japan achieves moon orbit. Oh crap, they already got there. The newspapers are dominated. Hold on. Now, sorry about that bit, but it seems like Quinn was really upset with Japan achieving the first moon orbit. The thing is, I can once again decide how I want to react to this particular achievement by the Japanese. The newspapers are dominated by the recent success of Japan's lunar orbit mission. Your agency has been approached for a comment. Your PR team advised that praising the achievement will improve relations with Japan. So I can do that again. Yet, may open our agency to criticism of falling behind in the space race. And that too is valuable criticism. Conversely, downplaying the mission may boost public support, but damage relations with Japan. Now, here's my thinking. It's not so much role-playing, but if I downplay the achievement of saying, hey, oh, they got a moon orbit done. Wow, big, well done, Japan. Woohoo. And I do it 2 months later, I cannot make that a big thing. So I'm going to say GG to Japan. They got there first, so they deserve some praise for their achievement. Japan has liked this. I gained reputation, but the home front didn't like that. Japan has responded positively, yet some sections of the press have criticized your agency for falling behind its rivals. Well, they're not wrong. I'm not the first one there, so I lost a bit of support. Lunar orbit mission. Now it's time for us to launch. We get a nice bonus of, well, actually a bit of a bonus of 5%, but there is a potential of 1170 science up for grabs, if I can achieve this mission. So we are going up there, and we're going to see if we can get this mission away. Unfortunately, it looks like it is terrible weather again for the launch of the Malamute. That's going to, what, cost me 5% reliability? Something to that tune? Terrible conditions. Oh no, that's minus 19%. I am not doing that. I'm rescheduling this launch. Sure, it might take me another month or so, but this thing needs to go up. And I'm not doing that in pouring rain. So once again, I'll have to delay it just by a month, but I'm going to get another 5% of science bonus for that. I just hope that the other space agencies aren't too quick on the draw. The Europeans will launch in about, well, now. Maybe they get struck by bad weather too. And the Americans, so us, are next. The Soviet Union is launching in 5. And it looks like China has not been doing that at all. Which leads me to question, what is China doing? China is looking at the first human in space? Sweet Jesus, okay. So, mission-wise, they're here. And they probably already have Mercury as well. That's a lot of science that they got done. That's impressive. Okay. My relationship with the Chinese is probably not stellar. Upcoming launch, artificial satellite. Right. Propose a joint mission. Not likely because I don't have a conference center yet. Anyway, let's continue on to the next month. Which means that the redstone research is now complete. And I can pick another research project. But first, we have the artificial satellite. That is complete. And now I can make sure that I have a payload or a launch vehicle for it. Vehicle build time was better. So for the next platform. But support reward is worse. Well, I'm not really doing this one for the support. Lunar orbit launch. Second attempt. Let's hope that the weather has improved. Maximum science up for grabs is now 1215. Alright. Looks like clear skies. December 1959. Launch day for Malamute. Well, the second launch day, that is. Launch reliability is 81%, but adequate conditions reduce that to minus 2%, so 79. That is something I'm willing to accept. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are away.
We have liftoff.
Now let's hope that I can get this thing into orbit. That's going to be the first phase. Then I need to do a transition from Earth orbit to to the Moon. And then I need to do a Moon orbital insertion. So this is going to be a mission with several parts. That's good. No negative events. We can continue. The Jupiter has increased by a whole 1%. And the Able has increased by 4%. Very good. Now, lunar orbit mission. We are working on our orbital insertion. And this is where we're going to start one of those minigames. I need to collect 2 data and 3 in navigation. Reliability of this vehicle is quite good. And I have 4 turns to get this. Right. I have 6 power. I can get a 25% bonus reward if I get 4 data and 5 navigation. So ideally, I would try and make sure that these 4 turns get spent optimally. So with the signal return test, I can get one of those. Let's do one of these, and then one of those, so that I can immediately get 3 data. Confirm. Okay, that's one positive event. Command success. Signal return test successful. The next one is going to be the payload alignment. Success. Very good. And the next phase is going to be a trajectory optimization, but that fails. That's not good. So that means that I'll have to spend 1 energy to resist the event. I'll do that because I still have enough. Okay, so that gives me already more data than I actually need. Now with this being a sort of auxiliary resource, I don't really need it. That means I can spend it on getting even more data. That's one of the ways to get data. 2 power gives you 2 nav and 1 data. Let's do one of those. And 2 powers. Let's hope this goes through. It does. Very good. Power recharging always goes through. Alright, I'm now at 4. I still need to get a few of these. I still have 2 turns remaining. This should be entirely possible. So let's charge it up. Get a payload alignment done. Check. And that is another. And that one also goes through. Very good. Alright, I just need 1 more. And this is the last turn. So I'm going to do 1 of those and 2 of these. And that should get it done. And then I'm going to get the 25% bonus reward. Payload alignment succeeds, and that means that we're done. Task complete. Perform trans-lunar injection. So we're now on course to the moon. There she goes. And now we are in, well, we're trying to achieve lunar orbit. I need to get 3 comms and 4 data. That's the plan. 3 comms, 4 data. Ideally, I would get double that, and that would give me another 50% bonus reward, which is really nice, because I already got 1200 science. If I can double that, I'm going up to 1800, which means I can start researching stuff really quickly. Now, data can be generated by, that's navigational information. I can get 2 ping locations done, and then get 1 triple data. I have 4 turns for this. If I do one of these and then this, I can get 2 comms and 1 data. It's not great. Let's just go for 3 of these right in a row. That's 1 complete. Next. 2 complete. Almost to 90%. And 3 fails, but I still have some power remaining, so that shouldn't be that much of an issue. But I will require a recharge. Okay, let's go for 1 recharge and 1 additional data, and then another recharge. So immediately start charging up. Oh, I was hoping it would gonna go to 90. Okay, now I still need to get 3 comms, or actually 6. Ideally, 6. Okay, 2 turns remaining. If I want to get this one done, I can sacrifice 1 data. And I'll also gain a navigation. But I cannot transmute navigation into comms. There is no option for that. So this is not really the best option right now. What would be if I want to get 6 comms? I don't have the power to do this. Oh, hold on. I could get one of these. And then this. And then a recharge. I could do that twice. Let's see if this works. Power generated. This one goes through. Yes, it goes more than through. We have a very positive event. And that means I get a bonus. I get 3. Nice. That really helps. Now let's hope that the second one also goes through. No, it doesn't. Oh, I'm going to have to spend power on that. Okay, resist it. Okay. Now I'll definitely be able to do this mission because I need to do this one. And then I can do this one twice. And I'll be able to get up to where I need to be. Confirm. Power. There we go. We got it. Job done. Mission success. We have launched a probe into lunar orbit. And that means that I'm the second one to get there. Maybe the launch from the European Space Agency didn't go through. I'm getting 608 research for 3 months. That's a massive buff. That'll allow me to very quickly start doing additional missions. There we go. ESA failed the lunar orbit. What happened? They didn't get it through. And that means, well, it's really beneficial for me. Because I got there second. Okay, with that, I'm going to end the episode. Next week, we are going to look at more lunar missions. A crewed moon landing, ideally, would be the next phase of the operation, but it's going to require a lot. It's going to require a crewed moon landing research, which means I first have to go all the way down the tech tree. Yeah, never mind, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, but maybe I can get a Mars flyby, which will also give you a massive science reward. Yeah, we'll just have to continue this next week. For now, I hope you're enjoying the game. You can find it linked down below in the description, and if you buy it through that link, I do get a small cut, so you're directly supporting the channel. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying Mars Horizon as much as I am, and I'll see you next week for the next episode.